Welcome back. This week's edition of The Apprentice took the candidates back to business basics. The two teams had to buy wholesale products, sell them at a profit, then reinvest the money back into the most popular stock.
We make it sound simple, don't we? Maybe, but things are never that straightforward, are they, on The Apprentice?
Before we speak to the losing candidate, here's the moment. Lord Sugar chose who to point his finger at and fire.
Azhar, people saying about you that you just stand around, you're moaning all the time, this is going wrong, that's going wrong. You don't seem to come forward with any solution to what should be done. But Jade, as the project manager, you were responsible really for the whole strategy of this task here. Margins, profits and location. And for that reason, I'm kind of struggling. But I do admire your enthusiasm. And on that basis, I'm going to have to say that, Azhar, you're fired.
See the relief on her face. Azhar is here. Welcome. Morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Are you still feeling sore about it?
No, not at all. I think it's an interesting process, and I think I have to respect Lord Sugar's decision. I think I was wrongly fired, but it is what it is.
Go on then. Why do you think you were wrongly fired?
I merely pointed out, I don't like to keep using the word strategy, and essentially that's all I merely did, but obviously it turned out to be kind of my failure.
Well, for anyone who didn't see the programme, this was your thing throughout this particular programme, was you kept saying that word strategy, and you kept saying to all the rest of the teams, there isn't one, got to have one, and I think they got a bit annoyed with you, didn't they? They just thought he's just saying the same thing over and over again.
I think they may well have done, but I think some of the individuals in the team who were actually business-minded actually sold my point, where I was coming from, the fact that we needed to hold more stock if you're furthest away, the fact that we need to find out what products sold best in which location, and all that forms part of a strategy, and I think we missed that boat, I think.
Let's talk about the strategy word, shall we, and see you and Jade clashing over figuring out what the team strategy was.
Hi Jade, you all right?
Yeah.
Good. We just say no.
It's starting to get a little bit busier now, which is obviously a good sign. But I just wanted to clarify the strategy for the day.
We're leaving here now in the next 5 minutes.
Right, okay, so you're definitely not going back to the market, you're going straight to the...
In hindsight, we would have given ourselves more stock being here, but we didn't know how busy it would be, so we can't think about that now.
Oh, sorry, very, very quickly, Jade, just run through me the strategy again.
No, listen, look, I'm fine. Our strategy is, I'm leaving here now, I'm going to buy more, maybe 3 or 4 products, spend all of our money, which is £200. Right, we're fine.
Okay, all right, I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, bye-bye.
Azhar is doing my head in.
How many times does he want us to run him through the strategy?
He just goes on about strategy. We clarified it.
Concentrate on winning.
Oh.
Concentrate on winning.
Jade's not too concerned about strategy, but strategy is the most important part of any business. Without strategy, you know, you're running blind into the dark.
What was difficult about... There's so many difficult things, aren't there? But was that actually Lord Sugar picked up the word strategy and asked her in the boardroom as well. So at that point, I thought, oh, he's going to be safe.
Yeah. So did I. I think, as I said, Lord Sugar is unpredictable when he's in that boardroom process. You literally do not know where he's going to point that finger. And I think, you know, as I'm sure a lot of people probably agree with me, strategy is an important factor of any business. And you have a clear guideline, a set plan from the morning, what you're going to do by close of play. And I think that's what we missed.
We need a little counter every time you say the word strategy.
Well, I think it was mentioned once or twice.
Oh, can I just ask you, do you think that you come across as a very cool character? You know, you're very collected and you don't get worked up. I mean, do you think maybe you needed to get a bit more wound up? Maybe he was looking for something and thought you didn't have the passion because you didn't get worked up or angry or...
It could well be. I think maybe there's individuals in the process who've not got their own businesses, who are probably vying for that opportunity maybe a lot more than me, and I think Jade showed her passion in the boardroom, and maybe that's why he maybe swayed towards Jade over myself. But
it was the key thing he said, wasn't he? I admire your enthusiasm, he said to her. So is he going on gut instinct, do you think, on some occasions in that boardroom?
I think it is. If it was based purely on merit, then I shouldn't have been fired. But as we know, Lord Sugar is unpredictable, and he based it purely on what he thought happened in that particular boardroom that day.
You got a pet shark?
I've got a couple
As you do.
Pet shark.
pet sharks.
How big are they?
How big?
They're about 1.5 foot. They're
Where are they?
they're
In a
quite-
big? Where in a big?
Yeah,
tank?
I've got like an 8 by 4 foot aquarium. I've always had fish ever since I was young. I wanted to actually
It's
be
not a fish.
I actually wanted to be a marine biologist growing up, believe it or not, and
Yes.
essentially that's why I actually got involved in fish and marine life in particular. And I was one-to-one, and obviously bought my own house, and there's a perfect opportunity to utilise the space.
You could use that as a kind of latent threat, couldn't you? I've got sharks in a tank at
Gonna
home.
feed you.
Well, you know, that's what I tried to do in the house actually, with the contestants. I said, you know, if you start bringing me back to the boardroom, I'll put you in my tank, but it didn't quite work.
So you've got a business plan. He's seen it. Are you going to still go ahead with your business plan?
Absolutely. I'd say we're, you know, the company's called UK Command Direct. We're a supplier of commercial catering and refrigeration equipment
Yeah.
based in Manchester, and we supply a range of energy efficient products for the refrigeration market. And obviously, we're the biggest contributors to CO2 emissions.
So he's
believe
got a
it or not.
strategy. He's going to mention the
Yeah,
company on air.
so that-
It's good to see you
Yeah,
today.
you too.
Thank
Good
you very
luck.
much.
No more at all. Thanks
Good
so
luck
much.
with
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you. And stay
Apprentice
with
on
us for the
again
music.
at 9 Wednesday evenings on BBC One.
If you missed last night,